3-story, pre-engineered metal building system, not a large barn warehouse. It's possible.
Today we're on site here in South Haven, Michigan at our latest U-Haul projects where we have 2 buildings going up near completion. One of the buildings is the U-Box building, which is a 17,000 square foot warehouse where they store their U-Boxes for their customers. And the second one is the 3-story self-storage building system where they incorporate self-storage units for the general public to store their belongings in. They have a storefront in it and a lot of cool design features that we work with U-Haul to incorporate within the pre-eng metal building system. Many people think that pre-eng structures are just your basic boxes. They're not. You can do a lot with them, and this is a prime example. We were able to incorporate 3 stories into this project.
I'm Tim Jones, project manager with Dan Voss Construction. Working with CMB was a good relationship, honest people, good feedback. I think CMB did a good job of letting us know when we had deliveries, when we could expect materials, if there was some things that need to be changed. U-Haul really is about their location and making sure it's done on time and available for their community.
My name is Wyatt Ellicott. I am a steel foreman, which we specialize in pre-engineered metal buildings. I know Dan Voss is really happy with how we did on the job. They were really impressed with how everything looks, and it's really impressive how fast it can go with a couple guys and a couple pieces of equipment. I mean, I really enjoyed building your guys' buildings. My favorite part was setting our first clear span rafter up there. Those things were big and had a big crane with a big spreader bar, and getting that up there was like, oh yeah.
I like that CMB is here today and talking with the guys in the field that put it up. I just think there's so much value in face-to-face time with who you're working with CMB and U-Haul and Dan Voss. Overall, CMB was really good to work with.
Buildings like this one for U-Haul was a no-brainer to pull into a BIM model. There's lots going on within the 3-story building, lots of electrical, lots of plumbing, lots of HVAC. We incorporated those models into our models to pull it all together to make sure that there was no clashes, interferences, things of that nature, which helped move the project along a lot smoother across many different trades, not just us as the steel manufacturers. The other sub-trades that were involved with the preliminaries, it would be the elevator company. We had to make sure that our shaft was wide enough. We had support hoist beams at the top of the building for their elevator. So that was incorporated within the design as well. Instead of getting a local conventional steel fabricator to supply one beam, we provided that beam that they rested on top of the block walls, and that's going to support the hoist for the elevator.
Amazing. Obviously, with the amount of bolted connections here and clips, you could imagine how many loose clips there would have been on site that erectors would have had to have put together, as well as the bolts themselves. The efficiencies and the benefits of our 3-inch fully threaded bolts, especially on a project of this scale that has mass amounts of mezzanine beams, as you can see. What did you say, £1 million?
It's over £1 million of steel that we fabricated for this one.
Or just primary?
Primaries.
Wow. The time and frustration saved on site just by having one size of bolt, it's amazing to hear it. It actually is working out the way we thought it was going to. The impact that we've been making on not us, but the erectors' lives better, easier, faster, and more profitable.
What stood out to me the most about seeing these buildings firsthand on site would be the complexity all pulled together, right from the preliminary design engineering phases to now being able to stand in a building system on site is truly rewarding, especially within the 3-story building here for U-Haul, as it's not your traditional pre-engineered metal building structure.
To me, this project is a clear example of what is possible when you challenge the status quo and you don't accept things for what they have been labeled for in the past. And that is single-story, large warehouse structures. The sky's the limit, and this is living proof that pre-eng metal building systems are the right choice for all types of buildings, not just large warehouses.